Hello everyone, I'm Carson Courier. Thank you for joining us for this 13 Plus FastCast. We do want to begin with late breaking news. There is a shooting on the south side. Tucson police are investigating right this second. So we want to show you our website here. This is for the second time in 4 months. Tucson Police Department is responding to a shooting at the Minx Hotel near Benson Highway and Park Avenue. TPD said a victim was transported to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Police say they have an adult male suspect detained. We'll make sure to continue to update you on air and online with any new updates on this shooting. Of course, you can just go to this story on our website, KOLD.com. We will make sure to update you right there. And now to the latest out of Israel. We now know 2 more hostages have been released from Hamas. They are Israeli women. All of this as the United States increases concern that the conflict will lead to attacks on American troops. Now, we do want to show you some numbers, the latest numbers here out of Israel. Let me pull this up here. So we know that 436 people, including 182 children, were killed by Israeli airstrikes in Gaza overnight. The IDF said the assault hit 320 terror targets belonging to Hamas. Israel also saying in a news conference today that more than 1,000 members of Hamas have either been captured or killed since the war began. However, calls continue today for Israel to stop its attacks as civilian casualties continue to rise. More than 5,000 people have been killed so far in Gaza. More than 2,000 of them are children. Now, former Vice President Mike Pence saying he's speaking out on America's involvement in all of this.
Israel has no choice but to destroy Hamas, and I believe that in public and in private, Israel has no choice but to destroy Hamas, and I believe that in public and in private, the President of the United States should be expressing nothing different than that. We've got to learn the lessons of history, Poppy, and the lessons of history are that peace comes through strength, and that when America withdraws, when America sounds a message of retreat, the world becomes more dangerous.
The U.S. has also asked Israel to delay its ground invasion of Gaza so more hostages can be released. According to the IDF, 222 people were taken hostage in Israel by Hamas. On Friday, we know 2 American hostages were released, a mother and a daughter. Now, John Kirby, the National Security Council Coordinator for Strategic Communications, he's reinforcing the importance of recovering even more.
Nothing has changed about our focus on those hostages. We're glad we got 2 back home with their families where they belong. Last week, we want to get the rest of them out, and that you got to have the ability to continue to negotiate and try to work towards that outcome. So we absolutely want to make that happen.
Turning now to Washington, D.C. House Republicans are still on the hunt for a new Speaker of the House. They're expected to hold a candidate forum this evening and look for someone to replace Kevin McCarthy, who was ousted earlier this month. Until a new Speaker is voted in, the House is stuck in a stalemate. We know Representative Jim Jordan of Ohio exited the race for Speaker Friday. That was after 3 failed bids. Since then, numerous Republicans have thrown their hats into the political ring. House Majority Whip Tom Emmer quickly picked up the endorsement from former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Some Republicans and Democrats have suggested boosting interim Speaker Patrick McHenry's power. That's in order to break the impasse, but there is widespread opposition within the GOP conference to that idea. Former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy calling the GOP's inability to select a House Speaker a, quote, mess that is an embarrassment to Republicans.
This is embarrassing for the Republican Party. It's embarrassing for the nation, and we need to look at one another and solve the problem. I don't need the title. I'm going to help in any way I can.
I don't
When
hear
I
you
watched
ruling it
Israel
out,
attack,
Mr.
remember-
Speaker. Would you rule it out?
Look, I know you have your job. I'm supporting Tom Emmer, but I'm going to tell you, I'm still a member of Congress, and I'm going to lead in any capacity I can help to protect America.
Turning now to some new details on a fatal pedestrian crash here at home. This happened last night near Mission and Valencia. We know 2 pedestrians were involved in this. TPD says an adult male pedestrian was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Meanwhile, the adult female pedestrian was pronounced dead on scene. Detectives determined both pedestrians ran across Valencia Road from south to north when they were hit by the westbound vehicle. Police say the driver of the vehicle immediately stopped and cooperated with this investigation. Officers determined the driver was not impaired by alcohol or drugs at the time of the collision. No charges or citations have been issued at this time. We will keep watching this for you. Meanwhile, police are investigating a homicide near Prince and Stone. TPD says a man was found dead on North Estrella Avenue yesterday. No suspects are in custody as of right now, but police did say they'll be releasing more information at some point today. We are still waiting for that update, so be sure to stay with us as we learn more on this investigation. Happening now, jury selection starts in the murder trial of Ryan Schlesinger. He's the man accused of killing U.S. Deputy Marshal Chase White back in 2018. You saw him earlier right there on your screen. This is scene video from that night in 2018. You'll remember the trial was supposed to happen in 2020, but it's been delayed several times. And turning now to another big court case that we're following. So happening right now, this man on your screen, this is Alejandro Romero. He's in court for a plea hearing as we speak. Now, he's one of the 2 people accused in the shooting of 15-year-old Adam Lopez back in 2020. The other defendant, Stephen Ricardo Vallejo, goes on trial next month. We know that Romero has already had his hearings delayed 3 times now. Of course, we'll be tracking both Romero's hearing and Vallejo's court appearances as they get started. We'll let you know what comes out of those. And happening tomorrow, Eric Ridenour heads to court. He's facing 2 counts of arson for church fires in Douglas. Ridenour is wanting to represent himself. We've been following this since those fires broke out. His status conference hearing is set for 10:30 tomorrow. We'll let you know what comes out of that. Meanwhile, we want to show you a live look outside here as I pull that up for you guys. Take a look at this. Dark clouds, it's a cool shot. This is on Mount Bigelow. You can see the trees blowing in the wind there. We know gusty conditions definitely in the forecast for today, and it possibly looks like there could be some showers there. We want to show you the 7-day forecast that we have all been waiting for. Take a look at this. 78 for Tuesday, Wednesday, highs in the mid to upper 80s. I mean, sign me up. This is the fall weather we've all been waiting for. A 40% chance of rain for tomorrow, which is some great news. So very exciting forecast. But of course, as people want to head outside, kind of take advantage of those amazing conditions, our very own Jack Cooper spoke to some experts on how we still need to be safe, especially since a lot of people haven't been outside in a long time because we've been dealing with these record-breaking temperatures. He has some good reminders as we all get ready for those fall weather conditions.
Leaders tell me that if you do plan to get out here and hit the trails over the next couple of days, there's a couple of things that you need to know. First of all, that first hike that you make out here, you should keep it shorter than you normally would. And that's because your body needs to get used to actually getting out here and hiking again. National Forest leaders also say that you can expect to see more animals out and about, such as snakes, for example, so it's important to always keep your distance. And if you're heading to higher elevations like Mount Lemmon, for example, remember it's at least 20 degrees colder up there, so make sure to bring a jacket. You'll also want to be prepared with the right clothes for when the sun goes down, since our nights can get chilly. And don't forget, these cooler temperatures will also make this week a busy one.
When you're traveling around, just pack that patience because these roads are going to be busy. So if you're going up Lemon, especially around Windy Point, be aware of your surroundings, watch out for visitors that are crossing that road, and just take your time, enjoy it.
Now, even with the slim chance for rain today and better chance tomorrow, there's always the chance for flash flooding. So you're going to want to be careful, especially when you see those storm clouds. And while it might even be a small chance when you see those clouds, just make sure that you're looking out for it. Make sure you have that rain jacket and you know where you're going. Reporting at Catalina State Park, Jack Cooper. Back to you.
And can you all believe it? Halloween 1 week away, and now Tucson thrift shops say they're seeing business pick up. The National Retail Federation says folks across the country will spend more than $12 billion on Halloween this year. It comes out to a little more than $100 a person on everything from candy to costumes to even those decorations. Now, some people say they can find more unique and authentic clothing from thrift stores. One shopper says there's a lot of people spending for Halloween compared to recent years. Listen.
I try to be within reason, less than $100 if possible, but it depends on the costume and like what you're willing to invest in the outfit. I think Christmas is definitely more expensive, but Halloween is more dress up fun.
This is it. This is it for the, this is my season. This is my Christmas, and the whole holiday season is now in Halloween.
Tucson Thrift Shop says its Halloween shopping season usually lasts after Halloween to the All Souls procession. This year, that's about 2 weeks from now, so a lot to look forward to. And in the meantime, if some of you are thinking, I don't know what I'm going to be for Halloween, I feel like it really just came out of nowhere. It's been so quick. We wanted to show you guys kind of the most popular costumes here. So taking a look right here on your screen, this is kind of, it's a study. So it looks at every single state and talks about the most popular costumes that either people are Googling or buying. Here in Arizona, it's a fairy. I know, it's random. I thought it was super crazy, but there are some classics on there. There's a witch, there's Frankenstein, vampires. In fact, cat costumes were the most searched nationwide this year, with 12 states Googling them more than any other. I feel like that's just an easy costume. Fairy costumes close second, kind of random one in my opinion. It had the most searches in 10 different states this year. And of course, like I said, those classic Halloween themed costumes, always great ones. Skeleton, vampire, zombie, witch get-ups, those topped the searches in 3 to 5 states. So if you don't know what you're gonna be for Halloween, you gotta figure it out. It's less than a week away, which is crazy to think of, but super fun as well. And we will end with a live look outside. Again, you can see those dark clouds. You can see the wind up there. It looks super nice. Looks actually like fall weather. So thank you all so much for watching. Enjoy those cooler temperatures this week and tune in at 7:30 for more news and weather. Have a great